I never stuck up for myself, and I think that's why I'm not validating the reason I got abused in a relationship, but I am saying that I didn't have the strength to stick up for myself. I never knew how to stick up for myself. So I think that's why I stayed in that relationship for so long as well. No, in school I never stuck up for myself. I crumbled. I was walked over. And I think it changed me for the better though, because now if my daughter's ever getting bullied, I'm gonna straight tell her, you stick up for yourself, because Mama never did. Yeah. And it was the worst thing I ever did.
And can her mum fight?
Well, she can throw a punch. I've never been in a fight, but I'll throw a punch. Yeah. I will get my jandal out.
Yeah. I guess most people would think that classic thing of like, oh, what does her mom think? Or like, will you regret in the future? Are you thinking that in the future people will have access to those videos? So like, how do you deal with both? With your relationship with your mom and you being a mom as well?
Yeah, I have a lot of, there is a lot of stigma around being a mum and doing this sort of work, because, I don't know, my mum at the start, when I told her about it, she was like, oh my God, what the fuck? Like she hated it. She did not like it at all. And she's since come around, which is good. Yeah. Because she sees that I'm thriving and I'm actually safe doing it. I'm not getting pressured into doing anything, which is good.
No, because your OnlyFans is you control everything.
Yeah, and it, like when I was working at the escort agency and at the stripping, you know, that's when I told her and she didn't quite agree with it and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, thank you. But she's come around to it because I think working in this sort of industry, you learn to stick up for yourself. Like, you are the boss in the room, the men aren't. And because of my relationship that I went through, I learnt that I was the boss in that situation, and it gave me power. Yeah. And that's why I did it, because, you know, it and I said that to my mum. I said, it's given me power. I've been the one to say, no, you cannot touch me there. Yeah. Or yes, you can. Like, it's the fact that they are not in control. I am. And that was the biggest thing that I loved about it. And my mum said, oh yeah, because when I was 14, I went through sexual assault. And so I've tried my hardest to stand up for that and to just show that it doesn't, it does change you. It does change you, but it gets easier. And I'm not saying to do work like this, but this work helped me to get through it. And it helped me because I was in control. Yeah. And she said to me, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You know, I'm proud of you. Yeah, and that'll be cool. That made me so happy. Yeah. And then now, you know, when I'm a hen's do and she fully body painted my tits and I was going out, rocking out with my tits out, and she's like, let me take some photos for your OnlyFans, and took some photos of my tits, and it was great. It was like, my mum is the best. I was telling everyone, did you know she's my mum and she's doing these photos for me? Yeah. It was so good. My dad, on the other hand, he was supportive from the start. He loved it because he told me he used to manage a brothel, so he was already like, he already knew about it and stuff like that. So, and he always said to me from the start, you know, my girl, it's the oldest profession. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I said, yeah, I know, Dad. Yeah, I said to him, so I work at like Sin City and all this, like, can we have a party at your house? And he's like, yeah, bring all your stripper mates. And it was cool as we went down, and I ended up buying a pole, and I was like, fuck, where am I going to put it? Like, because I was living at my dad's at the time when I came back from Australia. And he was like, oh, just put it down in my bar. Like, he's created this whole underground bar. It's so sick. And I put it down there and I practiced and I did all this, like, and all my friends came over and I taught like mini pole classes. Yeah. It was so cool. And then we had little stripper parties, which was cool. Like, my friends would come over and we'd all like jam on the pole, and my dad would put this little sign out with all of our stripper names, like with who everyone was coming, and he would say, Kinky Kendall's Get Your Freak On party.